The Chitrik Academy is dedicated in loving memory of Rabbi Tzvi Hirsh Chitrik.
Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to learn the first Mishnah of Masechta Sukkah. The Mishnah is divided into three parts. The first part, second part, and the third part. Let us begin with the first part. Suka shehi gavaya, a sukkah which is high, which is tall. L'mayla me'esrim amma, higher than 20 amis. Amis is a measurement. Pesula, it will be possible. This is the first opinion of the Mishnah. The first opinion we call the Tana Kama, the first Tana. However, there's an opinion that argues on the Tana Kama. Rabbi Yehuda Machsher. Rabbi Yehuda will say that even though it's higher than 20 amis, it will still be kosher. Let's see this on our board. So if a person built a sukkah, which is more than 20 amis high, so this is where we have our machlokes between the Tana Kama and Rabbi Yehuda. Let's add some schach on top, the sukkah. So this is where we have our two opinions. The Tana Kama, Kama means first, so it's the first Tana. They will say that it is possible, because it is higher than 20 amas, a person cannot sit on it on Sukkah and be yet to the mitzvah of Sukkah. Then we have Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says that no, it is kosher, a person may sit on it on Sukkah. So Rabbi Yehuda would say that it is kosher. This is the first case of our Mishnah. Let us return to the Mishnah, to the next case in our Mishnah. Over here, the Mishnah is going to bring three cases where everyone will hold that it is possible. The first one is here, this is the second one, and the third. Let's read them inside. V'she'ena gevaya asara tfachim, if it is less than 10 tfachim, before we mentioned amis, and now we're mentioning tfachim. Tfachim is a much smaller measurement. If it's less than 10 tfachim high, the second case is v'she'en la shalosh tfanis, where it doesn't have even 3 walls, or v'shechamasa miruba mitzilasa, or the sun is more than shade, it's very sunny in the sukkah, then psula, everyone holds it will be pasul. Let's write these three cases down on our board. Case number 1 is if it's less, the sukkah is very short sukkah, it's less than 10 tfachim. Let's make our sukkah, the schach on top, but it's a very short sukkah, it's less than 10 tfachim. If it's less, then it will be pasul. The second case we mentioned is when the sukkah has only 2 walls. So let's draw the 2 walls. For example, here's one wall of the sukkah, and then there was another wall. Then the person puts schach across it. In such a case, it is not kosher, because it only has 2 walls, has less than 3 walls. The third case we mentioned is if it has 4 walls, the sukkah, and it's higher than 10 tfachim. However, the problem is that there's not enough schach on the walls. There's not enough schach on top. Let's see. Let's say there's schach on only part of the sukkah. However, the rest of the sukkah is open. So because there's more sun than shade, we can make a little sun here. Because there's more sun shining in than there is shade, in all these cases, the halach is that it's possible. It's not a kosher sukkah. Let's continue with our Mishnah in the third case. Sukkah yishana, an old sukkah. So there's a machlokes. Beis Shammai paislin. Beis Shammai will say the sukkah is possible. And the second opinion is the Beis Hillel machshirin. Beis Hillel will say that it is kosher. Now what does it mean, a sukkah yishana, an old sukkah? So the Mishnah asks, Ve'ezu hi Suka Yishana. What is a old Sukkah? What's considered an old Sukkah? So Mishnah answers, Kol Shasa Koidem Lachag Shloishim Yom. Circus is on Tesvav, Tishrei. If it was made Koidem Lachag, before the Yom Tov, before Sukkos, 30 days, if it was made earlier than 30 days before Sukkos, that is when we will have our machoikis between Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Beis Shammai will say it's pasul, and Beis Hillel will say that it's kosher. Now the Mishnah continues. Avu ima sa l'shem chag, if it was made, even if it was made early, if it was made l'shem chag for the mitzvah, that it was made not for shade, it was made to be a sukkah on Yom Tov, then afilu mitchilas hashana, even from the beginning of the year, from the previous year, even if it was made over a year ago, even Beis Shammai will say ksheda, that it is kosher. And this is the end of the first Mishnah of Masechta Sukkah.